Hi, everyone. I hope you don't mind if I am using the chair to prop up the drum just for a little while. I hope that's okay. See, the drums are poets, too. Present poets. So thank you very much for hosting me, Terry, and all the team Words Aloud. I appreciate that. And yeah, some bios just make it sound so grandiose. Heck, I just write, eh? I just write some poems, and but it's wonderful to be in the territory and to be employed, quite frankly. So thank you for that. It was so wonderful. I'd have to say I love the whimsy of the artwork of this exhibition right now. It's kind of making my heart feel very, very light. And also, I wasn't sure if I was going to kind of confess this to you tonight, but in order to make the drums sound good, it needs to be warmed up. And so it's kind of driving around in the car with the heat cranked. And I went a little bit beyond the gallery just to make sure that it got warm enough, and I happened upon the waterfalls of the Sanghees there. Holy mackerel. So I got out of the car, and it was so exciting. Oh my gosh, the ions were like really clear your whole spirit. What powerful medicine that is. So I just found myself, I was yelling at the water, and I was yelling, I love you, and I was saying all this stuff and introducing myself. So, if you haven't done that in a while, make sure you do that, because it was, I don't know, I'm just really excited about that. I'm going to dive into it here, and what I do as a Mohawk woman poet is I have to give thanks and recognize how I got here, and how I got here has a lot to do with another female Mohawk poet who you probably know or have heard of, Pauline Johnson, Pauline Johnson, from Six Nations, Haudenosaunee sister. And she really broke ground and opened up a path for a lot of poets who've come after her, and Indigenous poets. And so I am very inspired by her, and I don't think that I am her incarnate or reincarnated or anything like that, but I really recognize that the work I do is a spoken word poet. And I like how you're introducing us as performers. Well, it's not like I'm gonna dance around for you, but presenting in I guess a somewhat theatrical manner, which we now know to be spoken word. And but yeah, she existed 1861 to 1913, and she adopted Vancouver as her home before she died of breast cancer. So it's funny but not funny that I should end up on the West Coast where she left this earth. And just every day I get to, when I travel around, I kind of call upon her spirit to come and join me, and things like that. And I just wanted to open with one of her poems tonight too, and it's called The Homing Bee, because I love the bumblebees, and I always think of the bumblebees is kind of like the indigenous nations of the insect world, because without the bumblebees, there's nothing else. And without indigenous people in this country, Corporation of Canada, there's no culture. So there we go. The homing bee. You are belted with gold, little brother of mine, yellow gold like the sun, that spills in the west as a chalice of wine when feasting is done. You are gossamer winged, little brother of mine, tissue winged like the mist that broods where the marshes melt into a line of vaporous sun-kissed. You are laden with sweets, little brother of mine, flower sweets like the touch of hands we have longed for, of arms that entwine, of lips that love much. You are better than I, little brother of mine, than I, human-souled, for you bring from the blossoms in red summer shine, for others, your gold. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Pauline Johnson. And then, of course, I'm inspired to write pieces for Pauline and inspired by Pauline. And this one is about the home where she was born, and the home, it's called Chiefswood. How many people have been to a lot of people have probably been to Six Nations. 2, wow. 4, okay, it's 5. And her home, her family home still exists there. It actually just got historical status, national historical status recently, about maybe 3 or 4 years ago. And so that's hallowed ground for me, you know, to be at Pauline Johnson's house. And so this is a piece about Chiefswood, her house. Chiefswood. What was left there lives inside walls and seeps through thin paper veneers decorated in styles to please the missus. It rests in dark corners, chases away the crazies before negative messages meet light. Wandering grounds, feeling compelled to look skyward towards lace, lattice, windows, at invisible faces gazing down. Faded toboggan tracks leading to and away from treacherous southern Ontario conditions. The trees have recorded it all. The English savage siblings never fitting in one place but home, a stone's throw inside the fortress, now museum shrine holding indefinable ghosts to greet visitors. Protection of outsider clans. Death followed her back, and community takes up arms in a strange embrace of their complex sister, spinster, adventurer, knowing in the end her place was anywhere but there. What do the young ones learn of the sublet atop the hill, where powwow and speedboat and baseball and pageants? How does the story go of the family who lived for a while on the edge, like a roadside? It sits as an awkward landmark, however permanent and proud. And this is I'm going to do 2 more poems for Pauline. This one is called Bring Me Back. It's about Pauline's love of paddling her canoe, not only along the Grand River, but in the Pacific Ocean. Bring me back. The influence of your confluence birthed itself deep inside the liquid of me. I want to embody, want to roll, flow, go freely, feeling river power currents, electrical correspondence, preoccupied by how to embody this. Come to me like personified lyrics. Help me understand river language. Call my name early and late. I want to come to you, live inside your watery heavens and dirt-burnt banks. I trust where you'll take me, just take me, make my paddle sing once more, a grand orchestral farewell, where clans gather under heron's stinging stare, hawk's awesome glare, and muskrat's playful games. Come the rains, levels rise wide, overflow like my joy to be near you. Can you feel me lick your skin? We wink and flirt in thick July sunshine. You are home, and yet not. You are your own bold rapids of respect, wowed like my naughty hair. I've learned your curves like lessons that never leave, and I want more. Keep your secrets, I have my own, you know them all. Sunken love notes never sent to my intended, and tears, the spice within your fresh webs, hold them, heal them, sell them as cheap crystals to the tourist, because I am done. I love you only, my grand, grand, grand. Bring me back for a winter swim. My blood is filled with your flow. Thank you. And this is a poem for Pauline, the woman herself. It's called Am I Not? Many miles I've traveled, rocky paths, road tar, broken trails, that's me. We became familiar friends, family, having visited 19 times across the back of a nation, still finding its feet. I knew its twists and turns before they were formed. I knew where it liked to be touched and where not. Am I not a woman traveling with her lovers, lands and rivers, meeting like a mistress on either ocean, going and returning was all I knew to do? Am I not Canadian, having sung the praises and revealed the injustices of a country of men, confused by who I am? And again, I stood before you with all my gifts and all my lies, forcing my will and poetry into the national psyche until finally proclaimed to be the first woman of Canada. I was on a stamp. Am I not? Yes, I am. Free and childless, bohemian poetess, single, radical feminist, suffragette, as fabulous as they say. What a time I've had. Am I not? Yes, I am. Thank you. So when there's some national events and they invite Indigenous people into these national events, only if they're in their regalia and they bring drums. Well, let me perpetuate that stereotype for you here tonight. Just for tonight. This is a drum made by John, Catherine's partner. And it is our custom to, I have to offer some medicine, some sage and tobacco to Catherine and to John for allowing me to use this drum, because you can't, this is such a gorgeous drum, you can't travel easily with this, and I'm kind of on the road for 3 months. Now listen to that. This is buffalo, eh? Yes. Tatanka. Tatanka. So I'm going to do this piece. It's called Indigenous Vibrations, and it's about energy. It's about the vibrations that you feel with other people. It's about recognizing your kin by the energy someone else you feel from someone else, and maybe they're native, maybe they're not native. Maybe you feel like they're native. Maybe they're native and they're feeling like something else. Maybe all of that stuff. So that's how I recognize who family is, and that's how I recognize who community is as well. So this is called Indigenous Vibrations. Indigenous vibrations. Vibrations. Indigenous. Pow wow, pounding rhythms, transporting to another time in space. Beating, breaking tempo, pulsating pace. Reclaiming rhythmic memories. Memories. Me, more ease. Consuming musical nutrients, organic instruments. Cha, cha, cha. More, please. Mixed with roots, shoots, and seeds. Slap happy hands to near and distant lands. Keeping time, keeping steeping, creeping time. Indigenous, ingenious. Aboriginal vibes played on aboriginal skins, written from sins. Colored lessons, lessen our colors. Doubled in numbers, fascination and wonders. Telepathic ticklings, he, he. Nocturnal reachings, she, he. Dreamtime elders retelling in pictures, meanings, me, he. Yesterday, November, and what has yet to be, living simultaneously in circles, swirling circles of indigenous, us vibrations. Thank you. I asked John if he had named the drum yet. He said he hadn't found a name. So maybe we can have a contest and name the drum tonight. I have a drum at home, of course. I have a few. And one of my moose hide drums, which is made by a dear friend of mine, Harold Isaacs, who's from Fort St. James. I named my drum Moosalina because she's moose hide drum. So I love my drum. So, yeah, lots of people inspire my poetry, and we have to be careful what you say to poets, or writers in general. That shit's going to end up on the page, so which is often the case. But there's a scholar who I really, really admire and really respect, Leroy Littlebear from Treaty 8-7 territory and Lethbridge area, and everything he says just kind of resonates with truth for me. So this is a piece that is inspired by Leroy Littlebear, and it's called Opposite Directions. And I know Jillian likes this one. Jillian's for you. Here you go, girl. Opposite Directions. Why talk about territory? Why vote or go to war? I make no threats. I take it outside. Let's go. Culture claims indifference inside language, talks with rendered words from the future. I cannot deny the energy matter person I am, the people I come from, the way we live. Time and land are unrelated. What do you hear inside my sound combinations? Flat notes, sync, float, meaningless vocables, chants, take a chance. Singers keep singing, history repeating. Singers keep singing, I am constantly singing. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. Awakeness is not the same as awareness. I could care less when asked how you fit in. Through impatience, I embrace accelerated methods of communications. Text me about imbalanced sustainability. There is not enough land to grow all the food, to feed all the people. Some of us have got to go. At least stop feeding people into the problem. Intelligence is a trickster, looking like a prince with solutions, but given time, is revealed to be a northern beggar, mixed race, rudderless brother, cultureless court jester. The drums are sounding, the women are coming, and we're not asking, we're telling. Our place is on the land, in front, on our feet, leading. Let's go. So I'm told, the black ones hold the gift of music, the yellow ones know how to heal, the red ones have been caretakers of this land forever and ever, and the white ones keep talking. Time and land face opposite directions, looking backwards towards the west, where everything is sung into being. We are born from song, so keep singing. Keep breathing the melodies that made you. I am bringing ways of my land to your liquid thresholds. Hold on, let's go. Happiness is a song sung on the land by those who know it. Hey! Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. That was nice. That's the river, eh? That's the river. That's that river. I'm going to do one more piece, and this is a piece inspired by the travels. I was fortunate enough to go to Aotearoa, New Zealand, a couple of times, and gosh, such great hosting, eh? Like great hosting here, thank you, and great hosting, like really, they take a lot of pride in hosting. So I wanted to be able to say thank you and give something back to the great people there, and and to the territory. So I wrote this piece. This is called He Tangata, and He Tangata is a Maori word. It means life is people, and I heard it everywhere. I heard it in the speeches. I heard it in the songs. I heard it in conversations. So this is called He Tangata. The highs are higher here. The moon more silver. Time takes on shape, ripe fruit ready in the orchard, crossing over, dying a shaman's death, to exist amongst men with slapped red chests, black-lipped sisters, hymnal rhythms, thick as brick walls, impacts just as strong. Decorative weapons, warriors of the mind, kind kin begin again after fallen heritages and natural disasters, delivering messages. To move on, fear not, move on. These beautiful people of bright song, these brown relations, these strong people of swelling pride and brave wave travelers with teams of fierce intention stood before women, unwounded, unwavering protection. These tribal people of wood and reeds, feathers and ink, mysteries and genealogy, the wind, the wind, the wind. Listen, blood wars, love chants, walking original canvas. Storytellers and prophets grow and thrive in this era of interesting time, in this area of airborne light, of this place of magic, honey medicine from the vigilant bumblebee. I love it. Together we stand under one sun and cast new shadows over welcoming grasses. I want to trace the silhouettes and dress the naked space with words of appreciation. But there are no words I know in any language, written or spoken, to express the depths of emotion of this movement of our memories that our time together can describe. Regretfully, I have nothing. Nothing but these inadequate words as a way to say, hey, tangata, life is people. Because we all come from somewhere, and we travel from one end of the earth to the other looking for something. Measure time and distance and count the miles between us until we reunite. Take flight, keep flying, find your personal thermals, circle the summit, spin golden threads, memory webs around the globe. We are never alone. Hey tangata, hey tangata, hey tangata. Life is people. Thank you very much. Thanks.